What about it?
He's got a new truck coming out.
Oh.
In like basically 3 years.
Oh, well then why the fuck are they talking about it now?
Well,
Stupid ass Tesla truck. Nobody gives a shit about that.
Well,
Not until it actually comes out.
I was gonna say I might give a shit about it. I'll give you look. It's not like a hippie thing. I mean, I'm charging this thing in Colorado, dude.
Charging your crystals with it?
Well, no, but all the energy that all we're plugging into to get this electric,
Yeah.
it's all comes from coal plants in Colorado.
Right. I can see that.
Right. So my concerns with conserving emissions would not be the choices. What I'm saying is I'm interested in this car not because it's like I'm saving the environment. Well, no, I'm driving in Colorado, so either way, I'm getting the electric from the fucking coal. So I'm not like, oh, it's not shooting the exhaust out. I'm just saying.
No, I get it.
So, but it is impressive. Like electric vehicles have extreme torque, dude.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
no, I agree.
way more torque.
I mean,
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to talk
that's
shop,
cool.
but like you get like a truck, like a V8 truck, a big V8 that has good torque, or a diesel. They have good torque, but not as much as an electric engine can have.
That's fair. I mean, I'm gonna
just-
torque you in the face with a fucking wrench.
I'm just saying that
Let's start.
I'm
the show.
interested in them, but I'm not trying. I'm not. It's not from a hippie perspective, is what I'm saying. I'm interested in them because they
No,
do
I get
have
it.
like a lot of torque and stuff.
No, you're still in the closet about being a hippie. I get
No.
it. It's fine.
No,
No one
they have
cares.
a lot of torque,
I'm gonna torque you.
but you got to charge them and stuff. It's like, well, I mean,
Let's start the fucking show.
All right.
Welcome back to the Brass Tacks podcast, everyone. BTP, baby boy.
Oh, there's an abbreviation you're putting on this?
BTP,
Oh, boy.
baby boy afterwards though.
No, baby, what?
Baby boy.
B-O-I.
Pew pew pew, baby boy.
It's, yeah, B-O-I.
It's episode 15, bitches. Like and follow. I always say like and subscribe. I don't think there's anything to really subscribe to. But yeah, like and follow and share this shit. Punch our numbers up a little bit. If you go to church on a weekly basis, you can share it around there. I'm sure those people would love to hear what we have to say.
I mean, pass it along.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah. Daddy and daddy are spitting wisdom on a weekly basis.
No. False.
Dude, don't.
That's the difference. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between going to church and listening to this. Church will tell you, like, you're under the belief, you go to this thing, like, this is what's up. And that's it. That's it. And that's supposed to be, and you really respect those guys because that's wisdom, man.
Yeah, and we're telling them, hey,
we're doing the opposite of that. We're just saying, yeah, we're pieces of shit.
it's not about
So
them
what?
anyway.
It's
Hear that, everybody? It's not about you.
well, I'm just saying, yeah,
Baby boy.
yeah.
Dude, I've been having the fucking, the worst off day.
Is it a diarrhea problem or
No, I mean, poop does play a part in it.
It's
but
playing a part?
It does play a part. So, I have the same routine every day.
okay?
And generally, I wake up, I take a shit, I smoke a cigarette, and then I'll have some coffee and hop in the shower and masturbate. It's like that every day. Every day. Almost every day. The masturbation
In the
things,
shower every time?
sometimes. I
Are you doing are you sitting on the toilet after you
No.
finish your shit and you're masturbating?
no, I'd never be.
And then it's an easy get out and then you hop in the shower.
I-
Or are you coming in the shower?
I can't masturbate sitting normally. Like we're sitting right now. I can't masturbate like that comfortably.
Really?
No, not at all. I
Go on.
I've tried a couple of times throughout the years just to see if maybe something changed. Like there's vegetables I like now that I didn't like when I was a kid.
Fair.
So every once in a while I'll pop on a couple of hot clips and I'll try to get comfortable and have a good session. But no, I can't sit there like that and do it. I mean, I have to be on my back or standing.
So, okay. So my question is, so then in that process of the shower you were talking about, you're actually
Yeah.
jerking off in the shower.
Sometimes, yeah. And then you finish in the drain.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, what you say? I've never jerked off in the shower. Of course, I've jerked off in the shower. It's just not my preference.
No, I'm not challenging you on
I'm not.
it.
I don't.
imagine
No,
you
I'm not
have.
challenging on it either. I'm just saying that's just not my preference in the shower. I'm trying to be, efficient with my energy.
No, I get that. I get that for sure. Sometimes I just I wake up and I'm like, oh, there it is again, and it's like a chore at that point. So
Right.
sometimes
poison
I'll
out.
just do it there.
Yeah.
and I'll just get it over with, or I'll be like, oh, I'll deal with it later, and I go and take my
You're
shit
putting it-
and
wow,
have a cigarette.
All right.
And then sometimes, I don't know, like today, the reason everything's off today is because I woke up and like I jacked off before I went to sleep. So that was the first thing that threw it off. I didn't, I didn't wake up with like a Vader bone or anything like that.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Woke up soft as a mitten.
Okay.
And I fucking get up and everything like that. And what did I do? Oh, yeah, I have my cigarette and my coffee. And I jump straight in the shower after that. Just not thinking right. I didn't have to poop. And generally, I'll just sit there and let it happen. Like, it'll happen naturally if I just let it go, even if I don't feel like I have to. I just know that when I wake up in the morning, you should evacuate. But I didn't because I didn't feel it. And I take a shower. And as soon as I'm toweling off, I have to take a shit.
Oh, my God.
So then I go and I take the shit. And it's just not wanting... Like, as soon as I sit down, it doesn't want to come out. It's like being bashful. And then I realized, like, oh, yeah, that's right. I had, like, an entire large Father Jonathan's pizza last night.
What's Father Jonathan's?
Papa John's. Papa John's. They call it Father Jonathan's. Yes.
Sorry, yeah.
Father Jonathan.
Those are actually referred to as piping hot Snatchers pies, but...
Yeah, a.k.a.
Fair enough.
But so yeah, it was terrible. I was there well past the whole shaky legs, pins and needles, like legs falling asleep feeling.
What?
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, it fell in one solid piece, but I could have sworn to God I was like laying an egg or something. It was just a solid mass, and it hurt a lot. And I kind of started thinking to myself, I was like, what are women bitching about? Childbirth has to be simple compared to this. But yeah, after that, I just kind of went about my day. But yeah, everything's just felt a little off today. So excuse me if I'm a little testy.
No, I mean... Yeah, you got to do yourself.
Have those fucking days.
Certainly do.
Oh my goodness, man. I've been low energy.
You're low energy?
Yeah, I am. Normally, I'm the one that has the energy.
I don't know if that's true.
I'm trying to feed off of you, but it's not working. You soulless no one.
Please. No, that's not true.
Oh, speaking of soulless no ones, this fucking this made me like laugh. It was really hard not to laugh in this guy's face. Mm-hmm. And it was actually earlier the last time you FaceTimed me when I was at work. This had happened a couple of hours previous.
Okay. Yeah.
Grown man, about your height, comes in. So like it's like this 6'2", like grown ass man.
How tall is he?
Like 6'2". How tall are you?
Well, then he's not my height.
Well, how tall are you?
I'm 6'4", dude.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Cool. Could you imagine if you were like, how tall are you? 5'8"?
No, I'm not 5'8". I'm 5'11". 5'8".
You're not 5'11". Shut up.
No.
Oh, okay. I understand. He's not. You're not 5'11".
I am absolutely 5'11". I'm like just under 6 feet. Look, we're not all tree people. I get it. You're gonna have a
no, but I know.
What.
But I'm not a giant dude.
Why don't you just let Daddy get back to his story?
All right, sorry.
A tall gentleman,
okay,
fully grown,
yep,
comes into work, but he had a super high pitched voice.
Oh no, dude.
It was bad. It was, dude. I almost laughed a couple of times, and I was gonna feel terrible about it because you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy walking around with that high-pitched ass voice sounding like a damn fool. And it reminded me of this like character that I do that Skylar hates. It's like a couple of years ago I came up with this stupid high-pitched voice and the character himself is like an 8-year-old boy, and he is always like trying to act like a grown-up, and he tries to swear, and it always ends up not working out for him and stuff like that. And Skylar named him Denry.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah, so he's just this annoying,
really good name,
annoying big mouth kid, and he sounds just like this. And he speaks he's a very low tone, and he says stupid fucking bitch. Yeah, he's a grown up.
He sounds kind of edgy too.
You're edgy. What are you looking at? Fuck you. You stupid fucking bitch.
Oh no.
Adam taught me how to kiss like grown-ups.
Oh no, Richard. Yeah, but you're supposed to be a grown-up.
Yeah,
You say talks like an 8-year-old, not has the mentality of an 8-year-old.
I'm 8 years old.
Wait, so you're 8 years old, or are you like?
I'm 8 years old.
Oh.
Stupid fucking bitch.
All right.
Adam makes me talk to his zipper.
Oh no.
It's stupid fucking bitch. But the guy sounded like that at work. Just like that. Grown ass man.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. High pitched
No,
voice.
dude.
He was soft spoken.
What?
Yeah. Very soft spoken man.
Oh man. I mean, what is he gonna do? He's got to get liquor.
That's all I would be doing if I sounded like that guy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Who gives a fuck anyway? At that point, I mean, whatever,
deep,
dude.
dude.
Just try to make some money. If I had like a goofy
try
ass,
to make some money.
yeah, if I had a goofy ass voice like that, and I sounded like some kind of a bitch, then like you're just gonna have to make as much money as you can so people will talk to you.
That's a fair point. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have a choice.
So that a woman will stomach you at least for like.
Yeah, but you got to be like making some money,
Yeah, definitely.
like 200,000, something like.
This
in the
guy was
hundreds.
doing all right. He was in a what looked to be a pre-owned Sorrento.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He
He's
was-
probably not doing all right.
He was pulling down the jack.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep him caged up as long as possible. These silly voices,
Yeah.
man.
Oh no.
I know, dude. I'm fucking. Now my eyes are all heavy. I'm high as fuck.
Oh, are you, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
That's why I can't keep a fucking coherent path of thought going.
No.
Oh man.
So, I was thinking the other day. Where I work, there's a lot of homeless people and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
A lot is like down.
it's an understatement.
Yeah, it's a
Rick's
city.
been down there. It's a fucking disaster.
1 out of 10 people you come across are going to be normal people.
It is, yeah. It's
Actual people.
You would be like, oh, the zombie apocalypse started. Like, quick, let's get the fuck out of here. If you didn't like really know, there's like,
Slow moving junkies.
yeah, yeah, dude. But I was thinking like, because you like when I drive home, you know, you gotta hit all these different blocks. Every red light, there's a dude because there's like a median where people can stand on.
Yeah.
There's a dude asking for money everywhere.
Yeah. Dude, even
Every corner.
up to the escalators of your place.
Like,
There's people.
yeah. Yep.
I
Yep.
go out there to have me a cigarette, and I'm
Yep.
getting shaken down every 2 seconds.
Yeah. No, for sure. But I was thinking like, but like they're always asking for money. What if we don't give them a money and then they're like, oh, they don't give people money here. And then they just
shouldn't-
like migrate, dude. And they migrate south or something.
That's what needs to happen, to be honest.
Well, I mean, because the money's not going to, giving them dollar bills isn't going to solve the problem.
No, not at
They
all.
have a mental disorder. You know, they're addicted to drugs.
Give them food or water or something like that, whatever.
Maybe. Or
I mean, I'm saying if you want to be one of those assholes,
Yeah.
it's nice.
right. But what I'm saying is we shouldn't have to fucking deal with that because during like, so there was a time where there was like state-run like institutions to help people with mental disorders and stuff that couldn't like afford it, that were basically
Yeah.
homeless. You know, they can go in there. I mean, maybe the conditions probably weren't the best, but
Well, no, I mean, but what
They closed all that
state-funded
stuff down.
program like that is?
they
What-
closed it down, dude. Yeah. Right. Good point. Yeah.
Well, that's a massive issue. I feel like everywhere, in heavily populated areas. I mean, even when I worked in when I was working in Boulder, that was like a huge issue, man. Like the 16th Street Mall there and shit like that. Or I mean the Pearl Street Mall. I was thinking about your place.
Oh yeah, no.
But yeah, the Pearl Street Mall.
Yeah.
Like you're not walking more than like a couple of feet without getting hit up for money or
Yep.
like getting yelled at. Somebody like
100%.
homeless people literally just walk up to random people and scream profanity and
Yep.
things of that nature. Oh, there was a guy who was using the ATM, and a homeless guy ran up to him and just like cut his face with a box cutter and ran away. Didn't take his money, wasn't robbing him, just was assaulting him.
Bath salts, dude.
But then again, like, when it happens in Boulder, I don't really care. I don't like Boulder.
I don't have time to go over there.
Boulder can fuck itself.
I mean, there's good things about it, I'm sure, but like
Definitely. And I did meet a lot of cool people there, but like generally they were
it's too
locals.
much. It's too much, man. You go there, it's too much. It's over. You walk around there, it's just yeah. It's like I got it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like to see the entire Patagonia fucking catalog walking
exactly.
around in one place.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes me
Perfect point.
uncomfortable.
Like, yeah, okay, we get it. Like you're super rich and still pretentious about, everything else about regular, life and pretending like you're not rich.
And the wife's at home on pews.
Oh,
just
they're
fucking
all
drinking
on
wine.
pews over there, dog.
Just-
They're all on pews down there.
The husband's walking around making a show of
Allegedly.
it down on Pearl Street, and the wife's at home on pews getting taking it down to the bag from a gentleman of color, while the husband's unaware.
I mean, it's definitely, yeah, dude. It's fucking. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to go down there either.
No,
It's
no,
not
but just you're right though. I like your tactic. You should stop paying the homeless.
I mean, maybe it's not. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying don't shelter them or provide water, food, and stuff for them.
Right, but
Let's not get them money. Like we got to figure out what's going on here. Like
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is their problems, so they need to be addressed, and it's got to be, obviously, it can only be state funded because no one's going to donate to that.
And if you're the asshole thinking that like our views about this are not cool or like offensive in some way, then you go fucking start a program that does all this for these people. Like crowdfund some shit and get them off the streets. Because I don't want to be the guy that takes a razor blade in the face.
Yeah, there's got to be. I mean, yeah, if people aren't willing to pay for it, like any other way, so you got to have it be state funded.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, dude, even it was the same where I grew up too. Like in Myrtle Beach, it's probably more of a problem than it's ever been because we have one of the most corrupt local governments there that you could possibly have. Like the mayor's constantly involved in like these Chinese Ponzi schemes and shit like that.
Ponzi schemes.
Yeah, yeah. Like I forgot exactly what went down and everything like that, but I remember it was years ago. He had gotten caught up in some kind of weird real estate thing where like all these Chinese investors were buying up these properties at an alarming rate, and he was in some hot water over it. But I mean, you go down to you've been to Myrtle Beach several times. Like,
of course.
You know where the Boulevard is?
Yeah.
Like where the amusement park used to be and all that shit. Before they put up that real attraction zip wire.
There was a zip wire?
Yeah, they bulldozed the fucking park, and to pacify the community, they put up a big zip wire, like a big zip line, a zip line. And there was a couple instances where the people working the zip line.
I was watching Platoon last night. I think
yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
I was talking to you while you were watching it, and now like fucking Platoon references are going through my head.
Yeah.
A zip wire. Damn it.
I know where you're going.
It was a Freudian slip again. But fucking employees of the zip line kept falling off and shit like that. They were just always in some trouble over that. But that whole main area, that whole area that you remember taking vacations and like driving down and all that bullshit, that whole area is just covered with the homeless.
Oh, really?
Covered.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And I mean,
Well, it's warm. It's hot. It's humid.
Yeah, and there's a shelter
outside.
fairly close and all that shit. But I mean, if you saw the size of the shelter, the size of this like food kitchen and shit like that compared to the overall need,
yeah,
it's a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound.
Oh wow.
And I mean, that city's got a ton of problems. And then yet they'll vote down an ordinance to allow swingers clubs to exist within the city limits. Like what kind of fucking bullshit is that? Like
That's weird. That's weird, isn't it? Like,
yeah, oh my god, dude, you can get caught up in these like shitty real estate schemes and all these like weird corruption goings on but you can't drop a load.
Not even for 50 bones, dude.
How many weird illegal loads do you think they're dropping? The city officials, that is.
Oh,
I'm talking eyes
Plenty.
wide shut.
plenty. Are they wearing those weird masks?
Yeah, the Venetian masks.
Yeah.
Getting blown by a stranger.
Oh, God.
Even though you know everyone in that room, you know they're not strangers.
I mean, Stanley Cooper, I mean, there was something to that. Like, I guess they kind of feel like there's some truth to that, they're saying?
well, I mean,
Like, the rich and powerful do that, maybe?
It's just.
Do you think they do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
You think they're doing that?
Absolutely, and
All right.
I think that because the natural human condition is to eventually, you get bored. You get into a stasis, or you get comfortable in the way things are going, and you get bored, and generally this isn't for everyone, but like generally you want more.
Okay.
And so I think when it comes to people with power and wealth, they get bored very easily because they're used to having everything at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
And so eventually that want and need for more or something different is going to turn to a more perverse nature, because that's just human nature. We're very odd. We're very sociopathic sometimes, especially when it comes to power and wealth. That, yeah, absolutely. That's a logical point for it to turn.
Right.
You know, and I think that it goes well beyond that. I think that that's not even really outlandish to think about. I mean, normal people have groups where they get together and have like sex parties and things like that.
Right.
And so I think it goes into much darker depths than that even. I think that's first level. Like if you're a city comptroller, then yeah, you can get invited to an Eyes Wide Shut party.
But like, so they're like, yeah, but you got to think, they're like scheduling this out. So we're like, hey, we're going to have like an Eyes Wide Shut party in a couple weeks. So put this on your calendar, rich person.
Guys like you and I would be the guys walking around with the appetizer tray, while some bitch is just getting double deep dicked in the corner on a fucking duvet, on a $1,000 duvet. You and I are just walking around. We're milling about the room with our hors d'oeuvres. I can't say that shit. I can't fucking say that. That's you and I right there. And you know, like none of these people that are attending these parties are attractive. Have you ever seen a congressman or a congresswoman?
Yeah, they're probably not doing the best.
AOC is the closest I would get to banging a politician, and she's got the jawline of the Terminator.
No. Okay. But no, you can, if you look up Tulsi Gabbard, she's pretty.
All right.
She's pretty.
Yeah,
she's pretty.
all right.
Google it.
She's more attractive than you.
One would hope.
But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I think that all that shit that goes on.
Andrew Yang.
But no, all that shit that goes on, like,
yeah.
You know, if someone's written a movie about it or something like that, it's going down. It's not far from the truth.
Well, yeah, I think there was like, he mentioned that there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
Like,
many conspiracy theorists have theorized that that's what caused his death.
I know. We got to get the body on, dude. What if we could get Jesse Ventura?
Oh, well, I'll tell you something, pal. I'd get to the bottom of that with a quickness.
I don't think he would ever say get to it with the quickness.
When I was the governor of Minnesota, I had several invitations to Eyes Wide Shut parties. I denied them, I turned them down, and then me and a camera crew infiltrated them. You can see it on Conspiracy Theory.
Is that on the Sci-Fi Channel? Or?
No, it's been since canceled, but I think it was on History Channel.
It was on the History Channel.
Yeah, yeah. It was educational.
We'll have to check that out.
He was an insider, Adam.
A fighter.
He was a governor, a Navy SEAL.
Mind control.
I have to do the hands when I do that.
Oh, I know. Well, look, you could shit on him pretty hard. I mean, I get that too. Like,
I have no.
But like we've talked about this before. Like,
yeah,
a lot of the shit he says, like, you know, put that stuff aside too. I mean, no, you don't have to put it aside.
Put the batshit craziness aside.
But like, he says some pretty enlightening stuff every once in a while.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, he does question everything, and that's good anyways. You should be questioning, you know.
And he definitely doesn't ever compromise with his beliefs and things like that.
Oh, well, no.
He is a stonewalling motherfucker, dude. He doesn't stop.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, I think he's not a bad politician.
No, he's fine. He's better than most.
I mean, granted, Minnesota's not a.
Yeah, but at least like he's, you know, I mean, I might prefer that over like just a career politician.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Someone who's not afraid to get in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
What was his finishing move? I don't even know what it was.
I don't know. You should Google that because I hope it's not something stupid like
I
Hulk
don't know.
Hogan's
If I
leg
Google
drop.
that could like, I Google Jesse Ventura finishing move. It could be like some weird porn or something.
If you're lucky. But yeah, I would hope his was something interesting. I used to hate
auto-completed, sorry.
I used to hate the lazy ones, like the Giant had the choke slam or whatever. Like how many wrestlers have had the choke slam? And then like
some fucking, I don't know.
And then Hulk Hogan, dude, his stupid lazy leg drop. What? Did you hit the mic with your forehead? Well, back away from it, dude.
Well, sorry.
God damn, dude, you're all hunched over there. You look like Rudy.
Why is it?
What?
I don't know. I can't.
You know what? If it's not popping up, just don't even worry about it.
I'm moving on. I can't. It's not like popping up.
Eventually,
It should just say it when after I Google it. Like it just the first search shouldn't be a search. Like just text from Google. Like this is what we
I
think.
feel like that would be like a Wikipedia thing. Like that. The first thing
there's
that pops
Wikipedia,
up.
but you got to like flick through. This is maybe they'll have his finishing move on there.
My finishing move is that I used to paint their lockers with thermite paint. Wait for them to go in there. And when they'd click the little combination on their locker, it would ignite it. And they would die very horribly and painfully. Mind control.
Fucking Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nut. He's a good nut.
Oh, speaking of fucking nuts, was it you and I that was having that conversation about Brazil nuts and the racial slur that's associated with them?
Oh, I mean, I guess so. I don't know.
I could have sworn I was talking to you. I was talking to you about
maybe
this.
We talked about. Oh,
It was either you or Skylar, but like,
yeah, because I think I've heard people say that before.
yeah, no, that just reminded me of that. This chick I used to work with.
I think I texted you about this. Sorry, go ahead.
This chick I used to work with when I worked at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
We were all on our lunch breaks, and this nurse was eating like trail mix or whatever, and she pulls out a Brazil nut, and she goes, "Oh, I really like this type of trail mix. I just wish they wouldn't include the N-word toes."
Oh no, dude.
And that wasn't the first time I'd ever heard this, because like growing up in the South, you're gonna hear some off-color shit like that. But oh my god, you could have heard a pin drop in that room, dude, because everyone was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, lady?"
Well, yeah, I mean,
Dude, she got fired so fast.
yeah, I mean,
But-
I think I've heard it referred to that as well.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
and that's not the only time I've heard it. Like a chick said it at work, like maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, just said it in passing. Just oh yeah,
Oh no.
Yeah, because we have like mixed nuts, we have like pistachios and almonds and shit like that at the store, and she made a similar comment and used the same slur.
Yeah.
I was like, lady, get the fuck out of here! What are you doing, dude? We have a line of people too, and it's just.
Oh no, Richard.
Dude, it makes you feel so uncomfortable sometimes because you're just like, oh boy, what do I do? What do I do? Like,
There's not much you can do at that point.
dude, it happens, man. It happens more more frequently than I'd like to admit. I had a dude go off. A dude went off about, I think it was like some Hispanic dudes cut him off in traffic or something like that when he was turning into the store.
Oh no.
Yeah, and he came in with just like this racial tirade, and the lady behind him in line was just like, it was just some like blonde white lady, just like like a cookie cutter bitch.
Mm.
Could have been anyone's wife, type of shit. And she was just red in the face. You could tell she wanted to say something, but she didn't. And the guy was like, "You know what I mean, brother?" And I was like, "No, I don't know what you fucking mean, dude. Get out of here." But yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people, dude. That shit's crazy. Brazil nuts, man. Causing fucking turmoil, dude.
I know, devastation, man.
Awful lot of that going on around these parts. I also didn't know until I moved here that Colorado was the birthplace of the KKK.
It was?
That's what I was told. I mean,
Yeah,
that was somebody that was from here, though. I don't know.
I mean, you're probably lied to at that point.
maybe. Who knows?
I mean, you could Google it.
They certainly lied to you about it in the school systems in the South. I remember, like, growing up, they said initially the Ku Klux Klan was I think it was like, they said it was an equestrian club. It was a group of guys who got together and fucking rode horses. That's what I was taught. But I know that's not the case.
I mean,
There's,
they do ride horses, but it ain't just riding horses.
yeah, they're not just riding horses.
No, they're not.
They do some woodworking,
They do. Yeah.
and then they pyrotechnics. They do that as well. All for not such a nice cause.
I mean, they're not representing themselves. That's for sure. That's not good.
No, not at all. But yeah, dude, I just remember I remember learning about that shit, and just the way they teach you things in school anyway is just kind of like, yeah, is that really what happened?
Oh,
Is that really how everything went down?
yeah, of course. I mean, that's most of the history you get. I mean, that's probably didn't really play out like exactly like it says in the history books.
No. Only the Bible did.
Oh, yeah. Of course, that makes sense.
Gotta praise his name.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, fuck this snow, by the way, too.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Took me 2 hours to get to work, so.
Yeah, and you were holding in a little something. You had a little extra baggage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, had to take a shit.
I'm surprised you held it until now.
Yeah, held it in on the way, and then it just went away. You know, it was like vanishing shits.
Yeah.
And yeah, I came here, took a shit.
I want to know what that is. That might be another question for Dr. J. Is like, why when you have to take a shit, if you hold it long enough, does it just seem to disappear?
Yeah.
That one's for you, Dr. J. I'd like to get some answers on that one. Phantom shits.
Also, just to add to said shit.
Yeah.
It was a clean break.
Oh yeah. Ghost wipe.
I did a wipe. Nothing. Of course, you always have to follow that up with
A spot check.
Yeah, a reassurance wipe.
Yeah.
Okay, was this just, am I seeing shit, or
Did you test clean both times?
or did I miss like a spot or something? Maybe there's actually shit on my ass.
Yeah.
So you do a secondary test wipe. I prefer, actually, I'll take this next level. I'll literally do 3.
Why?
Well, you never know.
You never know. Are you just gonna drop a log in your hand as soon as you reach back there?
Okay, there's nothing. That's awesome. You do another test run, and then, well, that could be a fluke. So you just do another sample, and it's good.
Okay.
So
that's.
I wasted 3 things of toilet paper because I just wanted to be sure that it was, in fact, a great shit. No, it was no wipe shit.
That's rare, dude. You need to buy a lottery ticket after we're done here. That's rare.
I mean, that's pretty sweet.
God, I wish I would have had a day like that. Dude, you know how different my attitude would be today if I would have woken up to a no wiper?
I mean, I came to your place with a no wiper, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Great.
You came out hot.
Great traffic today, everything.
Dude, fuck these stupid like 2009 to 2019 photo challenges. Do a no wipe challenge. Wake up, take a shit,
man.
don't even check. Put
The
your
no
pants
wipe
up and
challenge.
go to work.
Yeah, the no wipe challenge, dude. It's like that ice bucket challenge, the no wipe challenge.
I really wish that would have killed more people.
Can have it donate to some charity, but
I
do
hate
the no
these.
wipe challenge, dude.
Do you know that's something I hate more than anything on the planet is a fucking internet challenge. Don't kick the table.
There's not much room over here. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, whatever, Swayze. You're over there throwing roundhouses. I'm trying to do a goddamn story here.
Sorry.
Anyway, I hate internet challenges. Every time I see a group of people banding together to do something completely meaningless and stupid, it makes me want to fucking explode.
How many internet challenges has there been? Oh, wait. No, never mind.
Too many.
Forgot there was.
If there had only been one, that's too many. Jesus Christ.
Sure, yeah.
Every time I see
I
this
forgot
shit-
there's that cinnamon challenge.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
bananas and 7-Up challenge.
Yep, that was another one. Eating a palm of cum out of your friend's hand challenge.
Not familiar with that challenge.
Oh, okay, never mind. That must have been just in my group of friends.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
But no, there's been too many, and I hate them all. Like I remember when flash mobs first became like a thing, when people were like dressing like Spider-Man and going and dancing at the Apple Store.
Oh yeah, that's another.
God, if there was ever a
Flash
perfect
mobs.
if there was ever a perfect time for a mass shooting, that's the time. I
Oh.
fucking like I remember just getting so angry when I first saw that. Like, what if you're just the guy trying to get in and get out, which is never the case with the Apple Store to begin with, so I should just hold on right there.
Right.
But you have a place to go. You got to get in, get out. Like, you just want to go home and enjoy the rest of your day. You got these fucking assholes trying to brighten up everyone's day with a dance number. Dude, hang yourself.
They're not brightening anyone's day up, first of all.
No, and for all the brightening
They're
that they are
impeding
doing,
everybody.
they're infuriating one man.
They're impeding everybody.
Yeah, and they're bringing one man to his breaking point. I swear to God, dude, I'm just going to Rob Lowe everyone. It's just going to be ground sweep, ground sweep.
You're gonna try to use some karate.
I'm just going to kick everyone's knee in and run.
Yeah, it's a pretty big inconvenience for sure.
Sons of bitches, dude.
Yeah, well, yeah. When I go to a store, yeah, like you're saying, you want to you get in. Okay, I'm just going to do this. I got to get the fuck out of this fucking area.
Yeah.
You go, you get what you got to do. You come back.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go grocery shopping today, and I had all the time in the world to do it, but I didn't. Based on that fact alone, like I get so upset. Like I'll push the cart like maybe a couple of steps, and then all of a sudden some fat bitch and her dumb kid have to like cut me off. Oh, excuse me. I hope you choke on those fucking eggs, you whore.
Very packed in there for sure. It's like,
It just pisses me off.
Yeah,
And there's nothing
I'm
worse
with
than
you.
just seeing somebody else's dumb kid like just fumbling around the middle of the
yeah.
aisle. Like I'm trying to get in and get out, and I got this little fucking putz playing around in the middle of the goddamn aisle. Jeez, man, where's a fucking kid snatcher when you need them?
Yeah, I know. I would assume they're around, but
They're not anywhere close, apparently.
no. Yeah, they're probably not hanging around like grocery stores.
I guess you'd think there'd be more, but after the whole John Benet Ramsey thing, we are in Colorado, dude. That kind
That's
of
true.
put
That
a
was in
damper.
Boulder, yeah.
Yeah, that put a damper on things.
Yeah.
Well, don't dress your kids up like sluts. That was the message there. Oh, speaking of that, dude, fucking some dude in northern Colorado got arrested a couple of days ago. Some fucking substitute teacher that worked in like 2 different school districts. They raided his house and found like a ton of like child pornography production equipment and
production equipment.
Yeah, and stuff
child
that he
pornography production equipment.
Yeah, so
What does that
basically
mean?
a porn set in his house
Oh
for
no,
children.
Richard.
And aside from that, they also found like movies he had already made and shit like that. This dude works with kids.
That's not good, dude.
How fucking scary is that? That dude's just out in the fucking, or he
He's
was just
out
out in the
there.
public,
Yep.
like in a school.
Well, I would
In
hope
multiple
he's
schools.
at this point he's going to be arrested. I would assume.
He's already arrested.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah,
But Jesus Christ, man!
Oh, I know,
like, you
man.
never know with these fucking people.
dude, you never know for sure, dude.
And then you see this shit, like you see shit all the time. Like it's always like these it's either the school or the after school program or the church. It's like these kids aren't safe. These kids are getting fucked everywhere,
Because
dude.
these people go into those positions because they know it's like you can find like some kids or whatever.
How terrifying is that? Like that. See, that's why I'm glad I don't have kids right there, because I already
Yeah.
have like an anxiety issue. Like I get an anxiety attack before I hit record for the fucking show, and I like to do this. It's
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I couldn't imagine that. And then like you have a kid, and you're like, I bet your first thought is like, oh man, this kid is super badass. This is mine. Like this is gonna be super cool. I'm gonna teach him I'll teach this kid how to be a fucking cool person and shit. And then that looming darkness that hits you right after, like, there's a bunch of people trying to fuck this kid.
Yeah, that'd be really
I got
scary.
a cock block for like 18 years. Oh man, that's a fucking scary prospect.
You got to be doing ocular pat downs everywhere you go.
Everywhere,
Everywhere.
dude. And I don't know, man. I was in Boy Scouts growing up, and none of that shit, to my knowledge, was happening around me. But Boy Scouts in general,
Oh, there's definitely some stories of some bad stuff.
they've got to be close second to Catholics.
Oh, probably.
Like that whole thing. They're putting up Hall of
Potentially.
Fame numbers
Potentially, yeah.
in that whole
Yeah.
range.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm glad that shit never happened to me, but like there were so many instances looking back as an adult where you're like, man, I was really wide open back then. Like anything could have happened. And like, dude, we
Oh,
grew,
yeah.
we
Oh,
grew
yeah.
up before cell phones and shit like that.
Nothing like that.
If someone had just grabbed us and thrown us in a van and just bounced out. Now, granted, our parents, like you and I's dads, are probably a little bit more capable of tearing a city apart and shit like that if they wanted to find us.
Yeah.
But still, anything could happen. You get a finger in you in like in a matter
That's
of moments.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. And even think about the generations before us.
Yeah.
That was like, that's like a buffet probably for these guys.
Well, not only that, but if it did happen back then, like if it
happened back then.
I shouldn't
for
even
sure.
say back then, but think about the whole culture of silence around that, around like rape and like child molesters and shit like that. If your kid's like a victim, like
Oh, yeah.
there was such a massive culture of silence, and that's why things like Penn State happened. That's why most of these incidences occur, because no one wants this like perceived shame looming over them or something like that. When in reality, it's like you got to get that shit out on Front Street immediately. And
Yeah. How did that Penn State stuff even happen, dude?
well, a ton of people dropped the ball. Like there were reports
Like,
about this
they
dude's
there's
creepy ass.
people who knew.
Yeah,
for
there were
sure.
People that knew years before it happened.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
isn't that like that's why Paterno got in so much trouble?
Yeah,
Like,
he did, man.
one,
Because
and
he
then,
he did know about it.
yeah, and like school administrators had been tipped off before, but because of the vast economy that football program generates, nothing ever happened.
That's fucking crazy.
until it was too late. And dude, didn't he had messed with like hundreds of kids, hadn't he?
I don't know. I don't know the numbers, but
Jesus
it
Christ.
was like horrific.
And this was just a seemingly like average dude. He was like married and he's in
He
good
was a creep,
standing.
dude.
Like
He was a fucking creep, man.
it's always those guys.
Yeah, it is.
That shit makes me just not to. I just don't ever want to have a kid because of that, and because I'm just very selfish with my time. It's like
Yeah,
I want to play
I
video
get that
games.
too.
I want to play
Yeah.
video games, and I don't want anyone to like try to fuck this kid.
Yeah, you can't do both.
No, not
So
at
it's
all.
either you gotta
One's a
spend
full-time
18 years
job.
of your life trying to like deflect all this fucking creepy people,
Yeah.
or you could really get pretty high level on Call of Duty. You know?
I will choose the latter.
Yeah.
But dude, I do miss a lot of that like cool shit growing up, like Boy Scout camp. Did you ever go to a summer camp?
A Boy Scout summer camp?
Or just like a general, like you stay the night in like a tent or a cabin, you stay
Yeah.
for like a few weeks
Oh,
or a
yeah,
month
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to have the most fun at Boy Scout camp because you're literally just looking for ways to occupy your time in the worst ways possible, because there's no like, unless you brought a bunch of batteries, like me and my buddies, we'd
Probably a
always,
bunch of batteries.
yeah, because we'd all like link our fucking Game Boys together and shit like that. And,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
that was reasonable. But
True.
you know, batteries run out, and then you got to start getting creative. And like my favorite game when I was that age, like I think the last time I went, I was probably like 13 or something around there. But my favorite game to play is like I would walk around everybody's tents with a pocket knife, and I would cut a little hole in it, and I'd stick my dick through the hole, and I'd just piss on their sleeping bags and walk
Oh,
away.
no.
Yeah, and I'd just do it to as many as I could before people start showing up and taking notice. And then there was one time, there was this kid that we all used to make fun of, and I feel bad about this because like I got bullied growing up too, but I also did some bullying, you know, because it's the old routine where like, oh, the bullied become the bully.
It's a perpetual cycle.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle, and I don't wish it on anyone. But there was this poor unfortunate soul that we used to kind of pile on and just kind of make fun of him, stuff like that. And he said something off color to me, and I believe it was about my mother. So I went over to his tent when it was like the lunchtime. Everybody's in this big ass like mess hall.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished my shit and I went down to the campsite, and I just set his tent and everything in it on fire, which I had a bad habit of doing back then. I used to set fire to a lot of things I probably shouldn't have.
You're a fire guy?
I was a fire guy.
Oh, no.
So was Skylar too. Like, dude, there were so many times where his mom had to come out to the carport because Skylar and I were building fires under the carport, and the flames would start dancing with the ceiling there, and it would create these burn marks in the ceiling. And she'd come out there and just be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" But yeah, I burnt all of his stuff, and there was like this massive. They wrangled us all up and corralled us under this stupid little like gazebo thing. And they were just grilling us one by one, like, who did this? Who did this? Everyone knows who did it. kids wise. The adults
Well,
didn't.
right, yeah.
When it came to the adults, I was super quiet. I never said shit about anything. But yeah, dude, I never got in trouble for that.
Good.
I never found out. I just continued cutting holes in tents and peeing in them.
It's a pretty good one, actually.
I had a lot of I had a lot of fun, and I had a lot of time on my hands. So what are you gonna do?
I mean, when in Rome.
What did you used to do in summer
P.S.
camp?
the Romans. Like, you like what carve stuff out of bars of soap and stuff, and then like.
So you could practice dropping them when you had to go take a shower.
I don't know. Yeah, there's like wood stuff you could do. I don't know.
What were you fucking Jesus camp?
Oh no, no, yeah, no. It was like a summer camp. You play, and then there's like sports stuff,
Yeah.
sports activities.
Was there any bitches?
Yeah, it was co-ed for sure.
Ooh.
But then there was a small lake
Yeah.
and like like a thing you could swim out to. It floated in the middle.
Oh,
you
nice
get on
little
it and,
island.
like, jump off I don't know what that was all about.
See, that was my problem, dude. I have an embarrassing story about Boy Scout camp.
Uh-oh.
To this day I can't stand I can't stand water.
Sorry.
I can't stand water that I can't see through, and it freaks me out to a level where like I'm not like an awesome swimmer, but I'll turn into Phelps like in an instant if I'm dropped in like a really placid lake with like dark.
Like Placid.
Yeah. Oh, I know. There's a croc over there, and he's coming towards us. But there was this whole like badge system, and you could get certain badges only at summer camp.
Oh, okay.
So like your shotgun badge and your archery badge, all that shit, all that outdoor shit, you got it there.
Right.
And I was getting all the ones I wanted until it came to the swimming badge. And like I can swim and I can hold my breath for a really long time. Like I can swim long distances and not really be tired, but
Sure.
They do it in this fucking. It was just an ominous lake. It looked like early settlers had been drowned there or something like that. It was just black water, very still, no like activity of fish or anything like that. And you're supposed to just drop in there and swim this distance. And I was like, there's no way in hell I'm getting in that water, and there's no way in hell I'm going to the center of it like they want you to do.
Yeah.
So like my friends were around and shit like that, and I was like, God damn it. So I was like, all right, I'll get in and see how I feel. And I jumped off the dock into the water, immediately was like, oh, fuck this. And like, I had to get out of there. And when that water's at eye level, it freaks me out so badly because there's so much area around me and under me that I am just not able to perceive that, dude, I don't know, man. I'd rather a lot of other horrifying things happen to me than be in water I can't see through.
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude.
But yeah, I never got that badge. And like, that was just, I've always been embarrassed about that, even though it doesn't really seem like a big deal. I know there's a lot of people that don't like water they can't see through.
No,
I've just always been embarrassed about that one fact that like I missed out on a stupid ass Boy Scout badge because I was afraid of water.
Murky Waters, dude.
Yeah, that's the name of my blues album.
Write it down.
Fair enough. You come through with the bangers every episode.
Yeah, blew you away right there.
You did.
Yeah, good.
Like you always do.
Oh yeah.
What? Don't me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't appreciate it. Neither do the listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I was like getting ready to go to sleep last night, and this fucking like weird kind of beat up car kept driving up and down the street in front of the house.
Yeah.
And it was literally like it would drive like kind of right to where my car sits at the beginning of the house, and he would just slow down, drive slow, and then speed up again. And he kept like doing it in front of our house. And immediately I'm thinking like, it's that time of the year where people start getting desperate and the holidays are coming and they don't want to look like fuckboys when it comes to their kids, and shit like that. And I was also thinking like, oh, there's trees in front of the house. It's got enough coverage to where someone could potentially get away with breaking in and making an exit. So I'm just like, fuck, man, I really want to go to sleep, but I also can't just allow this to go on.
Right. Yeah.
So I was up until like fucking 5 a.m. because this piece of shit wouldn't stop driving around like that. And finally he went away and everything like that, and it was like starting to get light outside. But it reminded me of the time where like when I still worked at that first dispensary that you and I worked at, when we got robbed that time, and it was kind of like the same thing, like just like a sketchy car, you know, kind of like sketchy environment.
Okay.
You remember that environment? Like you couldn't really see it unless you were on the highway, and there's no way to get down there fast enough if anything's going on. But yeah, dude, that shit, like, I don't know, that I just don't like sketchy people around the holidays. That's another thing about being an adult. Like, the wonderment of the holidays kind of get taken away due to like financial issues, and also like the fact that humans turn into garbage, whether it be Black Friday or being desperate enough to like break into a home to steal things and shit like that. I don't know, man. And it's not even like a fear. It's not like I'm afraid that someone's gonna like break in and shoot me or like anything like that. It's more or less just like a why do I have to be uneasy and I'm not even doing shit? Like I'm not doing shit wrong, but like I gotta be uneasy because this fucking asshole.
Yep. 100%.
You know, it just pisses me off.
Well, yeah, it doesn't add up, you know.
And that whole dispensary robbery thing too. I'm surprised nothing ever came of that. Because after it happened, the detective that we were all talking to kept suggesting that like he thought maybe one of the owners was in on it. Mm-hmm. And it seemed that way when you looked at the surveillance footage, and the guy with there was like three of them. One of them ran into her office like pretty quickly, and had his gun out, and she had her phone in her hand, and he just like instructed her to put the phone down on her desk. Yeah. And he comes out the room, and she's already back on the phone, and he comes back in, and he's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Like it looked like they were just talking to each other, and she put her phone back down, and then he went back out to where we all were. And then another thing that didn't sit right with me is like when they first came in, the one dude points the gun at my face and he's like, "Get on the ground and everything." And so I'm laying there on my stomach, and the dude zip ties me, but you can feel that like they're really brittle, cheap zip ties. Like, and they didn't check any of our pockets or anything like that. So I don't know. It was just kind of a weird thing.
Weird.
Like I had $1,000 in my pocket, and I had that gold switchblade.
Oh yeah.
And my phone. I just like a lot of shit that like you feel like, you know, armed robbers would take.
Naturally.
And I also feel like they would use a better system to subdue people. Because these guys were like kind of just all over the place. Like you could tell they had never done this before. The one dude that had me on the ground had like silver glittery Converse on. Who wears silver glittery Converse to a robbery?
That doesn't even make any sense.
No, not at all, dude. And they were all like really young. You could tell just by their voices that they were probably barely 18. I'd say they were probably between 18 and 20, something like that.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they were youngsters. And the dude that was pointing the gun at me didn't even have a round in the chamber. You know how like in he was using a 1911, and you know how like you can see whether or not there's a round. Mm-hmm. So, and not only that, but the hammer wasn't back.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I still think it was an inside drawer, but
you never know, man.
Conspiracies.
You never know, dude. Jesse,
she invited them there. She told them where the money was.
Oh yeah, that was another thing too. The fucking money. So they only steal the drawers that were in the registers, and they had already all been counted back down to whatever our starting amount was for the next day. There was 10 grand in cash on the table where we did all of our closeouts every night. They just kept walking by it. They never touched it. They just took the contents of the drawers and a couple of jars of like really bad weed that we weren't even selling. Yeah, I think all in all, like whenever we got the whole report thingy, they had stolen like $2 grand, if that. We didn't keep a lot in the register, so I don't know. Like, I don't know. It was a bust. It was a bust of a robbery.
Wow, failure.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a mystery for another day.
Did you hear about this Baby Yoda?
Yeah, I've seen pictures on social media and stuff like that, but I haven't seen The Mandalorian. I refuse to watch anything that they put out anymore.
But there's a Baby Yoda in there, dude.
Fuck Baby Yoda, and fuck everyone that watches Mandalorian, and fuck Disney. But fuck Baby
You're gonna
Yoda.
get assassinated now.
I'll bring it. Do me a fucking favor.
Disney's coming after you now.
He's dead.
Oh, that's
no.
been cracking us up for a while.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Clockwork Orange shit.
Yeah, speaking of Kubrick, we were talking about him earlier. We should have brought up that whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is an obscure
What the fuck
reference,
is going
though.
on though with that?
Well, like I don't know. How do you set that up? He's an old disabled man in the movie, and at the beginning of the movie, the main character, Alex, he and his gang of friends basically physically assault the old man, and then they rape and kill his wife. And later on in the movie, after the main character Alex has been like brainwashed into getting sick at the sight and thought of violence, this old man encounters him again. He gets this really muscly twink guy to rough up Alex and bring him back to the old man's house. And Alex is in this room getting ready to eat a meal, and this old man comes in, and he's with the muscle twink.
Yep.
And they sit down on opposite sides of Alex, and they're just, the old man's just kind of goading him in some weird way. He's like asking him if the food's all right, but his voice is very shrill and very ill-timed, I would say. That's what makes it the creepiest, is the fact that the timing is just very odd.
Oh yeah.
And his sentence structure isn't complete. Like, food all right?
Yeah, it's like,
who speaks like that in a room that, and it's just an
why are
echoey
you
loud
yelling?
room?
Yeah, it's a cavernous like room.
Well, it's because we've come to find out, like he's just still angry that his wife was raped and killed.
Right.
It's like, get
Rightfully
over it,
so.
bud. But not him. Try the wine. Fucking ridiculous. And what a way to segue into how the woman died, because he's like watching Alex eat the food, and he's like, my wife used to do everything for me and leave me to my writing.
Yeah.
And then Alex is chewing a piece of food, and he's just like, is she away, sir? She's dead. He sounds like Skeletor. She was very badly raped. That's not dinner conversation.
Well, it's not even dinner. It's just him eating.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're just watching him eat.
Yeah, and they drug the wine.
Well, they did. They wanted to try it.
And then poor Alex takes a tumble. Poor guy.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Dude. Oh, I meant to ask you, when you first got here, how's that fucking stupid sports game?
Oh, NHL?
Yeah.
20? It's pretty good.
Whatever, dude. Sports games are for fucking hacks.
No, I'm not really into sports games either, but it's like hockey's, it's hockey, dude.
Yeah, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I love hockey. But playing a video game that reflects a sport you enjoy just is nonsense to me. I think the last good sports game was like NBA Street Volume 2.
NBA Street.
Yeah.
I wasn't really a big NBA player. Yeah, no, I didn't play.
That was the fucking
NBA
illest
games.
soundtrack on any video game.
No.
Actually, I should. Yeah,
No.
that was reaching.
No. I mean,
But I just don't get it, because the thing that kills me about it is that the realism and the graphic quality is so realistic. In my mind, I'm not fucking waiting to boot up a stupid sports game. I'm going to drop the controller. I'm going to switch it over to ESPN and kind of cut out the middleman.
well, now you sound like a bro, dog.
Well, no, that's all that's happening. You're just controlling the fucking highlight reel is what you're doing.
Well, but you're playing.
It's whack.
Yeah.
It's whack. And those countless senseless fucking hours that you're spending on it could be spent leveling up in Call
No,
of Duty.
yeah, no, don't get that twisted. I'm going to spend the bulk of my time playing Call of Duty. So.
You gonna get up to daddy's level?
No.
You don't want to be a fucking supreme
No.
solid gold
I
wizard?
think I'm a level 70.
Oh, nice. Well,
Well, it doesn't matter. I won't be able to play this weekend. There's an update.
Oh, yeah. One of the many timely and convenient updates that they like to drop
Say
on
it was
us.
12 gigs or something?
15.
Oh, my God. I'm not playing until fucking Thanksgiving,
Tomorrow.
dude.
Oh, Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Fuck.
what are you going to do, dog? You get burned sometimes.
That's bogus, dude.
If it took me 30 minutes to download, then, it's going to take you a fortnight.
Yeah, probably
Another video
15 to
game
20 minutes, dude.
Reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably die after that one. I didn't feel good as soon as it left my mouth. I was like, ew. But what can you do? Player's gonna play.
Yeah.
What? Is that you doing Denry?
No, you're right.
Don't try to copy me. Stupid fucking bitch. Adam likes to give me behind hugs.
I think this Denry guy is a bit.
Say it, pussy.
No, I think you're a little out of control.
So why don't you do something about it, tough guy? What's so funny? You look in a mirror? Stupid
That's
fucking
all right.
bitch. Stupid fucking bitch. Adam makes me look at pictures of naked guys.
I know what to say to this Denry. He's
Say it to my face.
a bit of a creep.
You're the creep. Look who's talking.
No, you're clearly the creepy one.
You have the sex appeal of a Holocaust survivor.
Yeah, but there might be some good looking once you survive.
There are no.
No, once you
I'm
survive.
talking present day.
Oh, present day. Yeah, never mind.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Yeah, present day. Yeah, fair enough.
What, do I have a time machine? Is this fucking Sliders? Sliders portals?
Yeah, I got that. I was looking for a burger joke. I couldn't think of one.
Oh.
All right.
Nah. Adam couldn't find the punchline.
Yeah, there was something there for burgers, but being sliders as well. But
You have Asperger's?
no,
Maybe that's what you were referring to.
technically I don't. It was a clean wipe. I told you that already.
Fair enough. Man, you really know how to shoot from the hip, don't you?
Well, yes.
I think I have an idea. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, to another installment of the Brass Tacks podcast. Please make sure you like and follow and give Daddy and Daddy some clams. If you want to support the show, we have links to GoFundMe.
Speaking of clams, sorry to interrupt.
You always interrupt right when I'm plugging the financial stuff.
There is seafood on the way for if we'll plan a dinner or something.
Yeah.
And there's some seafood coming in from Seattle.
I have Instagram, and I saw the post.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
I hope that was worth it. You cost us literally tens of dollars.
No, I'm just saying that you said clams, so I thought, oh, well, they're not clams. No clams. We're not getting, there's no clams, but.
The only seafood I'm interested in is lap mackerel.
I'm going to let that one go.
Fair enough.
You were saying?
Anyway, if you want to support the show, there's a link to GoFundMe and Patreon in the description. Share the show with your friends or anyone that you hate. And I guess we will catch you next week. Go fuck your mother.
I'm still on the side of Epstein probably killed him or didn't kill himself.
Go on.
There's just there's maybe a little bit of like question marks that maybe he did. I'm still majority on he didn't kill himself.
You're getting greedy with this.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Good night, everyone.